Canned seafood can be an excellent protein-filled snack, but some are just plain fishy. Here are 4 great canned fishes we recommend, along with one that you should absolutely avoid. While fresh salmon can be hard to come by in some landlocked states, and frozen salmon isn't always affordable, canned salmon is the great equalizer. It's widely available, moist, and juicy. Plus, it can be used in countless recipes, from appetizers to soups to chowders to mouth-watering main courses. One favorite canned salmon dish for many is the classic old-school salmon burger. This alternative to ground beef is made by combining breadcrumbs, mayo, and spices to form a patty, which you then fry, just like a traditional hamburger. Your salmon patty can be eaten on its own, like a crab cake, or sandwiched in a pillowy bun with your favorite condiments. Beyond burgers, canned salmon is also ideal for green salads, frittatas, pasta dishes, and even a rich and savory dip you can serve at your next get-together. Just blend canned salmon with cream cheese, sour cream, lemon juice, and herbs. Mix to your desired consistency, smooth or chunky, and serve with crackers or veggies. Canned salmon is also the ideal option, and better than freshly cooked salmon in many ways, for a spectacular chowder. A hearty salmon-based dinner can be as simple as that. Another canned fish we stand by are sardines. The tiny fish pack a bold, rich umami flavor with a hint of saltiness. They are fantastic right from the can, whether plain or packed in a tomato sauce, mustard, or even various oils or brines. You can also use sardines in sandwiches, salads, pastas, or even to garnish a pizza. But don't stop there. One of the reasons sardines are such a perfect canned meat is because they can be used in so many fantastic and unexpected ways. Pile them high on toast and drizzle with balsamic glaze to make a sardine crostini. Or indulge in them for breakfast. Sardines complement eggs amazingly, so fold them into an omelet, layer them in a frittata, or just scramble them with the eggs. The possibilities are endless. While we've already extolled the virtues of canned sardines, anchovies are just as deserving of our stamp of approval. For those of us who didn't major in zoology, sardines and anchovies are 2 completely different species of fish, and each has their own unique and wonderful flavor profile. Sardines are bigger fish in general than anchovies. They also have a more mild fish flavor. Anchovies are smaller, more pungent, and saltier, since they're often cured in salt or brine. Although interchangeable in many recipes, a can of each warrants its own place of honor in your pantry. Anchovies are a fantastic pizza topping, especially if you enjoy Mediterranean-style seafood-forward dishes. But anchovies can also be used in many ways you might not use a sardine. For instance, how about making a marvelous anchovy butter that you can use on grilled meats or veggies? Simply mashed canned anchovies with softened butter and garlic, then spread. You can also use anchovies in all kinds of sauces, from a one-of-a-kind aioli to pesto to savory vinaigrette, for a classic garden salad. They're also a unique addition to canned or homemade pasta sauces and DIY olive tapenade. Or pair your canned anchovies with goat cheese to make a show-stopping crostini. While sardines and anchovies are mainstays in the canned fish popularity contest, tuna has to be near the top. It comes in many forms, but in general, all of them are good and deserve a place in your pantry. Skipjack has a stronger, fishier flavor, while albacore is more mild and versatile. Both are delicious species of tuna. You might also see terms like white, light, or chunk light on your can of tuna. This again refers to the species of fish, with albacore being the white variety of tuna and skipjack being the light. One of the most common questions people have about canned tuna is whether you should buy the version packed in oil or packed in water. This pretty much depends on whether or not the recipe you're using calls for draining the tuna. If you're going to drain it, buy water packed. But if you want to use the entire contents of the can, like in a salad or soup, buy oil packed and enjoy all that extra richness and moisture. Whichever variety of tuna you ultimately decide on, stock up. This canned protein is super affordable and one you can't have too much of. Canned tuna is ideal for making everything from sandwiches and tuna melts to pasta dishes, casseroles, beautiful tuna salads, tuna wraps, and more. Popping open a can to make any of these dishes is infinitely quicker than cooking fresh tuna. It tastes close enough to the real thing that you aren't losing any flavor or quality by going with the canned option. Some canned seafood is amazing, as we've detailed so far. But unfortunately, canned mussels are not part of that club. Freshly cooked, mussels are a fantastic treat. They have a rich, savory flavor that yields equal parts earthiness, umami, and even sweet nuttiness. The flavor is bold yet also delicate. Mussels absorb the flavors of the herbs and spices they're cooked with, creating an almost herbal, buttery quality that floods the palate with flavor. They're a true culinary delight. But canned mussels are a different beast altogether. Their flavor is strong, briny, and almost overpowering in some cases. They can also have a metallic quality that is quite off-putting. Their texture is no better. There's no mixture of tenderness and firmness like you find in fresh mussels. Instead, the meat is both rubbery and chewy, sometimes verging on being so tough the mussels can be hard to bite through. Just save yourself the headache. Buy fresh mussels instead, if they're available, or opt for frozen, which can be equally as tasty. If you have to use canned fish, go for salmon, sardines, anchovies, and tuna. They might not be fresh from the ocean either, but they're the real deal when it comes to taste.